And what's popping? What's going on? Welcome to Star Geeks. This is Sean.
So
This is Steve.
This is Ed, and being the newest within this group, I just have to say, sometimes the things that happen what are technically off camera are hilarious. I wish it could be out there. Sometimes
There's
maybe not.
reasons it's not.
you want it to be?
No.
Welcome to Star Geeks.
Supposed to play something. I thought you were supposed to play something. Usually you play something, Ed.
Hi.
There we go. Even better. Apropos.
What's popping, man? What's going on, everybody? How's y'all week going? What's anything Star Wars related? Anything to talk about? Blah 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 blah. Yeah. No, nothing.
Stuff to talk about, but
Nothing done Star Wars related now.
You haven't been to you haven't been to the parks?
No, it's been raining a lot, so we just haven't gone. This weekend we are, but we're only going to Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom, so no Hollywood Studios this week.
Okay.
So, because we got the Friday night Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, and it's Mia's birthday, so we're doing that.
Oh,
Next Saturday we're going to Halloween Horror Nights, and I'm gonna have a blast. I might tap in live a few times if you guys are on.
Is it that time already? God,
Already Halloween. I've been wearing horror movie t-shirts. This is the first time I put on a non-horror movie t-shirt in the last 2 weeks. Like,
it's almost September, Sean. We're right there.
I know. I went to the Spirit Halloween and they had nothing.
I know all of them are like empty. It's like so disheartening. I'm like,
I wanted the Ghostbusters thing, and they had the one from last year, the cheap one. I'm like, nah, I don't want that one. I want the one with everything in it. So
you got to get that online,
yeah. I might have to order online probably because I'm thinking that I might be able to go to the store and just find it. You know how my luck is, Steve.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We all know.
Yeah, so
you better luck finding that shit at the farmer's market.
Fuck, I probably will at some point.
You're gonna find it out of back of someone's truck.
Well, I want that, and I want the Jurassic Park goggles too, man. Like
Those are cool too,
dude. They had the cane, the Jurassic Park cane.
Do they light up and like turn and all that shit?
Yes. Yes, I'm getting them shit too. I'm about to order that shit tonight. But they had the cane too, and I was like, man, do I want that? I kind of put that up on like a little thing and just kind of have it.
Or you could just walk around with the cane.
Well, I'm not that much of a pimp, bro.
Come on now.
You could be. Get you a white fedora.
Damn, that would be cool. Jurassic Park pimp.
Think about it. John Hammond wore all white.
He did.
White
he was a
sneakers, white pants, white shirt.
He had that straw hat
tucked in.
He was.
Oh, he did have a straw colored hat. No, he didn't have a white hat. Son of a bitch. He almost had it.
Yeah, I want those goggles because the prop replica ones are way more expensive. And I was like, you know what? I'd rather get these instead. So I'm probably gonna get those at some point.
Nice.
But yeah, that's it, man. Nothing else. Ed, what you got?
Well, I see that Steve is using those new VHS tapes that he recently acquired. They're behind him.
Oh yeah. I talked about this a little bit on the Geeks, but I'll talk about it here because it's more prevalent. But I did get the Ewok Adventure, Caravan of Courage, and the Ewoks Battle for Endor, which is on in the background now. Kind of a 2-pack on eBay for like $20. It's pretty good. So happy to have those. We reviewed them. They're fun reviews. Go back and listen if you haven't heard them. I have a nostalgic love for these. Admittedly, not great movies, but I love them.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know what? There's a nostalgia to them.
There is. This, I watch these on rotation way more than the Star Wars proper when I was younger. So
man, that's great.
And that explains a lot.
Yeah. I was born the same year that Return of the Jedi come out. Come on, man, you got to cut me some slack.
It's why he's got that furry fetish.
No. Man, why? Man?
I don't. You just put weird things out there.
Yeah, it just puts that weird, crazy energy, man. This is so weird.
All right.
But good Lord, you would think. Anyway, all right, man. So, Ed, I'll let you get into your little news segment, sir, and I will play your which is Mind you, Steve, we gotta have this. We have to shrink this news segment at some point because it's very long.
But it's long on purpose. It's to bask in the glory of everything that is Ed.
Well, Ed,
That's
listen,
what we need.
We need to have the bikini photo shoot of Ed.
I agree too. We need that in there.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
I didn't mean to ask this. Is that
You're like-
really your signature, Ed, or did Steve just make that?
No, I made him make a signature. Then he sent it to me, and then I fucking redrew it in Procreate, exported it as a JPEG, as a fucking as a PNG, and it was a whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Go.
All right. So
Come closer, I have good news.
in the news, we got a new poster for Star Wars Vision 3 and a date of October 29th. There's been a lot of stories about the various different aspects of this, and I cannot wait.
Yo, did you see the one with the whole like the stormtrooper? Like, so one of the stories is everything happens right before the Death Star blows up. So there's a whole like animated cartoon part where like everything, like before the Death Star blows up, everything goes to shit. And apparently, like they're fighting each other, like some crazy. Like I can't wait to see this one. I don't know the whole backstory, but man, I cannot wait to see that one.
I guess we never really have been a fly on the wall inside the Death Star right before it goes kablooey.
There's books on it, but you won't get that same thing.
Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm excited. I'm definitely looking
that.
forward to it.
On the poster, I like that guy on the top in the middle. He looks pretty cool.
Well, there's been talk about one that shows a lot of Sith warriors in it too. So we're only getting little snippets of information, but it's exciting. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm probably going to prepare by going back and rewatching all of Visions 1 and 2.
we reviewed
2.
2. Okay,
I don't think we did 1. So we can add it to the docket.
awesome.
What's up, Pads fan?
So Ewan McGregor's out doing an expo, and he was funny because they were talking about Andor, and he had made a comment to where when something is very popular and everybody's watching it, he intentionally doesn't watch it at that point in time, almost that, I'll get to it. Well, he finally got to it, and like us, loved it. And then was wanting to see, whoa, okay, well, given the timeline and where it's leading up to, there's an opportunity for Obi-Wan Kenobi to kind of cross over. But then he realized season 2 was the end. So he made the comment that he would love for them to make a season 3, as would I, and that he would like to reprise his role as Obi-Wan Kenobi in it.
Okay.
I don't think it fits.
Good for him. I'm glad he
Yeah.
wants that.
Yep.
Now, granted,
I want a lot of things too.
Now, granted, we may be able to see him in Ahsoka though, so like I'm not like I think we're gonna get a General Kenobi.
The older he gets, the closer. I mean, he's probably almost close to how old Alec Guinness was when he made the first Star Wars at this point. But like, the older he looks, the more cool old man Obi-Wan Kenobi shit we could get. There's still a big gap between of like cool stories you could tell about him between his live action appearances.
Oh, yeah.
There is, and also he could be in the world between worlds with Ahsoka, in multiple ways, just like Anakin was.
Well, shoot, we've talked about it before. I would love to get some live action, even if we get in Ahsoka flashbacks of Clone Wars era. Anakin, Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, the clones. I will take that all day long.
Yeah, I can't wait.
So,
Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like Obi-Wan season 1, but
it wasn't bad. I think that re-edit really made it better because it kind of cleaned it up.
Spent a
was
lot of time in that fish job of his. Spent a lot of time there. Spent a lot of time in that cave, bumming around. Spent a lot of time there.
There was
Just
a lot
saying,
of
I'm just
long.
saying.
There was a lot of long scenes that could have been cut, right? Like it could have been cut down to 4 episodes, or a movie. You know,
right. Well, that's
Really?
why that movie cut is so good. It trims it up nicely. Katie Sackhoff has been in the news a lot with a comment that she made on her show recently. She was there with one of her fellow co-stars from Battlestar Galactica, and they kind of go back and forth just talking about various things. And she was saying, and she kind of is in the quote there, that when she played the live action Bo-Katan, that it broke her. And it was interesting to
I've
her
heard
break this down, to where she said that her acting style was always kind of, when she would play these characters, they were only like 2 steps removed from who she actually is. That playing Bo-Katan was really the first and only character that she played that has nothing to do or nothing like her whatsoever, and that she couldn't really get a grasp on the character and kind of feel Bo-Katan. Now, I don't have any issues with how she portrayed the character. I thought it was done well. But as far as how it impacted her kind of mentally, and then some things that took place afterwards, it really took her off her game. And she said that she was out for a couple of years just trying to fix who she was and her acting style. And now she has an acting coach, just because it messed her up trying to play a character that she just could not grasp internally.
did she voice Bo-Katan in the Clone Wars?
She did.
That's interesting.
Yeah. No, it was fascinating to hear, because I know different actors have different ways of kind of tackling characters. And, you hear those method actors to where they kind of really try to get into the mindset and become that character that they're portraying. But she said that she just couldn't find it. It just wasn't. She was so different that she just couldn't do it.
So she's closer to the character in Halloween Resurrection that gets her head cut off than Bo-Katan.
According to what she said, yes, every character she played.
That's very interesting.
So
it is interesting.
Yeah, it was fascinating to listen to. I mean, I've heard varying things after it, to where some people in typical online universe are berating her about it, but most are kind of like, hey, I understand, it's your job. You get into it, you find your ways. So I think she even mentioned that part of the problem was her manager at the time just kept telling her like, oh, you got this. Like it's easy for you. And that also kind of played inside her head. Like, no, this isn't easy. Quit telling me that. So.
I mean, again, hopefully we get to see her again.
Oh yeah,
I think she did a great job as Bo-Katan. Like it's interesting that it broke her, but like she did a great fucking job. Like I think the reviews on Mando season 3 weren't great, but to me,
it wasn't her.
I don't think anybody singled her out as the
no. But there was some, oh, this is all about Bo-Katan shit, not more about the Mandalorian. And I was like, well, I'm okay with that though. Like it didn't bother me to get that character on live screen. Like I hope to see her again. Like that sucks, but I hope to see her again because I think she did a great job.
Oh yeah. So the last thing that I had was kind of a big item as far as overall conversation, and it will definitely could carry over to the regular show. So when I go through the news, there's always stuff out there. There's a lot of things that are clickbait that just try to reel you in and bring up an emotional piece. And there's always a lot of things to where they talk about different TV shows and movies, and Star Wars is definitely one of them.
Wait, real quick before you finish this, but when Ed gets done, F, marry, kill all 3 of these at the end of what Ed's talking about. I'm curious, but go ahead.
Well, I mean, right, that's the old DC, so kill it.
Wait till Ed's finish done, and we'll do our thing.
But and I know how both the term is used inaccurately and overused, and Sean absolutely loves when they talk about things being woke. But they kind of go into that, and then there's been a lot of emphasis in the last handful of years with female characters and different aspects of it, and so they always try to, oh, Star Wars is done, like they've kind of jumped the shark, and they do that with all of the major properties.
True.
But with that, I was kind of looking at just numbers, box office wise, for sci-fi, fantasy, superhero stuff, and there definitely is kind of in the last bit almost a lull. So do any of you agree with kind of some of those comments? Do you think anything really needs to change? Has it already changed? Because I know I can tell you, between Andor and Alien Earth, the way that some of these new content things and the stories, they're going in a different direction. I like where it's going, and I'm hoping that's the future. But
to me, I'll say, I think this will. I'm not gonna, for Star Wars, I'm gonna wait till Mando and Grogu come out. Like, I think, to me, if that sets the bar as a movie, that movie's gonna make a fucking gangbusters of money. Just to let you know that right now.
But will it? That's the question.
Obviously, by the trailer that was shown, I'm gonna say that was awesome. And like, if that is the bar that's being set for that movie, I think that's going to make a gangbuster movie. So yeah, from Andor to this, and then I think we're getting Ahsoka too, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna get like a Anakin, and we're gonna get like maybe that Clone Wars thing like going on. So I know that like that's gonna be cool. There's a whole thing going on with Ahsoka, so I'm waiting for that one. But to me, right now, those two in line for Star Wars is a go. For Marvel, listen, we already know what we getting. Will it be great? I'm hoping it will be. Fantastic Four to me was great. I love Fantastic Four again, but the bar, it's there. DC, I'm a wait. I'm not even commenting on that. I'm gonna leave that up there. But
to your point with Mandalorian Grogu, just see what it'll do. And this was just so late 2021, early 2022. You had a handful of movies that hit that $1 billion mark. You didn't have anything kind of major hit that, with the exception of Deadpool, Wolverine since then. Now, I'm not saying that they haven't been successful, but I think there's been more on the lower side than there have been the higher side. So,
well,
there you go. Let a little do with numbers.
some of the problem of that is international box office. So if you look at the international box office for a lot of these movies, they're really on the low end it's been trending that way in the last couple of years. And there's been a lot of, stuff with China. China used to be like one of the biggest, like box office draws for these movies. Like these movies for Marvel and Star Wars were making gangbusters. We're talking several $100 million were coming out of just China alone. That's not happening these days. So the $1 billion mark is very rare. I think it would be very rare going into the future, unless you have a 4-quadrant movie, one that hits every kind of spectrum. And I think Doomsday has that potential. If they set up the Justice League right, that has the potential. Avatar has that potential, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be really, Doomsday is going to probably get there based on its nostalgia, based on bringing back the original X-Men, based on bringing back a lot of things and then tying things up. It's just tough. That metric of $1 billion is going back in time now. Like, we have to look at success in movies at a different kind of connotation. It can't just be the box office draw, because we're not getting the same worldwide appeal that we used to.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, I think somebody said it during our Superman review, is like, how many times do people in other countries want to see an American hero come and save the day?
Well,
Mm.
Yeah.
if you use Superman, according to this, their worldwide box office was just a little over 600 million. 46 of that was domestic, 257 was international.
Right. That's not good
Well,
for international box office is not great.
but it's not that
Okay.
far off to where now Deadpool Wolverine, you get a little bit of flip the other way. So it did a little over 1.3 billion, 636 is domestic, 701 is international.
Yeah, because you look at the domestic scope on the calendar map, you see what that is versus the rest of the world, right? And domestic also includes Canada and I believe Mexico. It's North America.
Do you know what Superman didn't have? Hugh Jackman in a yellow suit. That was guaranteed to make $1 billion fucking dollars.
I agree, dog. I fucking agree.
That movie, because guess what? There's not really a movie there. The story is pretty fucking nothing. It's a bunch of dick jokes and violence, and then it ends. The cool thing was Hugh Jackman was in a yellow suit, and listen, it gets a hero from me too. I fucking loved it. It's a shit movie as far as the story goes, but it's a fucking great time.
So,
I agree.
but does that prove kind of the point to what I was asking? Is that, there's so much focus on trying to, I don't know, go all over the place versus, just make it it's a good, it's a decent story with good characters, and it's just fun. Sometimes I think they try to focus and go, oh, I need this to be the focus, the character, the drive. It's like, no, you're looking at the wrong thing.
I think
say it all the time.
I think that's changing now. I think
that's what I'm hoping.
I think there's a transition of like, well, we did this before. Let's go back to this. Let's kind of keep it to where we enjoyed this part. Maybe keep the certain topics out of it as much as possible. It's still there, but like, I think that if you watch everything now, you start to look at everything now. It's not as it was a couple years ago, which is very interesting to me. Like if you start watching a lot of shit like Alien Earth, like fucking, well, we'd have got Alien Earth a couple years ago. Nah, we wouldn't have got Alien Earth probably less than that time, but now it's a whole thing now. So like to me, and it's a storytelling. I think people are really starting to realize that fucking storytelling is a great part of a goddamn story, and you just can't throw out shit and thinking that it's okay. So now it's like, okay, you got to have Game of Thrones level storytelling. Like this is what we're doing, and this is what I mean, Steve, like shit that we watch, like even off brand of shit, the storytelling is really good now. Like watching Paradise, the storytelling was really good.
Untamed.
Like watching the show that Steve has had me watch.
Untamed.
Untamed. Great storytelling. Like these shows that are getting better, even in the first season of the shit with the zombie shit. Damn, what was it called?
Walking Dead.
Pedro Pascal shit.
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us.
The storytelling in that was great. I didn't really watch the second season because there was things around it. It just didn't work for me anymore. But I don't know how the storytelling was because I didn't.
I highly disliked season 2.
Okay,
I played both of those games and I watched both of those seasons.
Right.
That is not my Last of Us.
It's storytelling, man. It's the storytelling, man. And I think that, and they for season 3, I think they're changing it up to whereas from the point of view from Abby, I think am I crazy? I think that's what they said. It's gonna be from her point of view. And again, her character was.
But in the second game, you did play as her for a while, so
yeah. So again, it's all about storytelling. I think the storytelling is getting better and better as we're going on now, and I think that the bar is set. Andor set a high bar. So like,
oh yeah,
to me,
I mean, and Andor is kind of the perfect storm. You have great production. It looks amazing. You have a good, compelling story and fantastic character development. I have to care about the characters. I need to feel what they're feeling. I mean, that was one of the biggest issues when we look back at Acolyte. I mean, you had moments it looked good, other moments it didn't look good. I mean, I don't think the story was horrible, but some of the character development was like, really?
The story was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. They skipped over all the cool stuff. Do you got? Nobody's ever going back to Last of Us 2. Nobody here's ever skipped over a sex scene in a movie or show, right?
Right.
That show made me do it. Not for me. Nope.
Shit.
I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
Nah, I didn't watch Last of Us season 2 either, but all right, I get it. So
So
what else you got?
that was just kind of an overall, like I said, as I go through the news, when they talk about that with everything, it always comes to mind. So collectible wise,
Wait, F Mary Kill. Star
Oh.
Wars, Marvel, DC.
Okay.
I'm marrying Marvel.
Of course.
Yeah, I'll marry Marvel too because they're consistent.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know what though? But they're not. They
I'll
haven't
Star
been.
Wars.
They've been dealing with some mental health
if you
issues
go
recently.
50,
not them
50
quite themselves.
you go 50 projects in, you're not gonna,
Do you feel well, Marvel Studios has a bigger library than Star Wars. Am I do they?
oh yeah,
Yeah, of course they do.
Movie wise, yeah, but then like all around, like
Character wise, yes.
No, I'm talking about like other
Shows
stories.
Wow.
and cartoons. and
Yeah, they
I'm
have
pretty sure.
50 projects.
They do. Shit. I forgot they had animated cartoons.
I'm not even
Yeah.
counting the animated cartoons. They have 50 movies and TV shows.
They do, don't they? God damn.
Actually, I think it's 53.
That's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. It's a lot. Star Wars.
So there you go. So if you're effing Marvel, then it's just like having something different every night.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm marrying Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'm going to FDC and I'm going to kill Marvel. I'm just joking.
Wow.
I'm
Wow.
Okay, after the last
Sounds like a fight.
2 years,
I think
of TikTok.
I think I'm gonna FDC because they're crazy. You just never know what you're gonna get, and I'll kill Marvel or kill Star Wars because look, we probably got the best of it that we're ever gonna get. We make that argument all the time. Nothing as best as the trilogy. So look, I could just put it to pasture now.
You could.
I've gotten the best that it's gonna give me. DC, I have not gotten the best of what it's gonna give me. Not fucking yet. I haven't. We gotta keep trying.
Maybe not ever.
You're holding off on it.
Steve's in that loveless marriage with DC. Just going to be disappointed for the rest of his life and just go in the
Beat
bathroom
down
with
every day.
I'm
go in the
stuck
bathroom
with-
with the Victoria's
I'm
Secret
stuck
calendar.
with DC.
It's
I'm
so,
not happy about
No,
it.
he's going to the bathroom with the Marvel.
it's so disappointing. So disappointing.
I'm never going to get Nightwing.
Nope. Get him as a cartoon.
So the FH is that Fig Arts? How do they say
Figure
that?
Arts. Figure Arts.
SH Figure Arts.
So they're doing a 6-inch Mace Windu with a cloth cape, which looks pretty cool. It's coming out in March, and you're looking about $78 for that 6-inch action figure.
That's about what they go for. I mean,
They do because they're imported figures, and you're paying that price to be honest. There's a premium to them though, because I mean they're really good figures.
they are good figures, but yeah, tariffs
Yeah.
are going to kill this hobby for sure.
Yes, it is.
They are also going to do some reissues of Vader and the Stormtrooper from A New Hope. On the lost my thing for a second there. For the Fan Expo in Canada, they had the Hasbro panel. Now, I think we've already seen these. I think they were just re-showing them.
Yeah.
But I don't remember seeing this.
Neither do I.
I'm
I
like,
saw that too. I was like,
son of a bitch.
They're stepping their fucking game up. They're tired. Listen, they're tired of everybody else doing crazy good helmets, and they're like, you know what? We need to step our game up and do some better helmets.
That's
so
a good
like,
looking. Was that a Shore Trooper? It's good.
Yeah. I give them credit, man. The last 4, 5, 6 helmets that they released,
It was.
pretty fucking awesome. Like the Rex helmet, even the Armorer helmet, the the Chrome Troopers helmet, like all the helmets that they've been releasing lately, really aren't repaints, and they're actually really different models, and that says a lot. Like they're stepping their game up. So
Yeah, it's pissing me off. I finally started collecting something that I'm like, there's not that many. This is kind of cool. It looks good. Now they keep fucking releasing them.
gotcha, bitch.
Pretty much.
That's
Yep.
what they did. Gotcha.
Damn it.
So now you're gonna order this one too, right?
Probably.
Yeah. I seen the Armorer helmet today in GameStop. I was like, I wonder if Ed has this.
No, I'm in the line of the Imperials. I love all the Stormtrooper, not the repaint variants, but the actual model variants.
Yeah.
So yeah,
are releasing the
gonna
Cody Trooper. Did you didn't get that one though, right? The Cody one?
no,
That was
but I
that-
probably need it because I have Rex. So
yeah, that was a cool one. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, Ed. You might want to get that. It's on Amazon.
I probably will.
There you go. See, gotcha. Got him.
Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in.
What else you got? That's it.
Yeah. Did you have any other collectibles?
Just Regal Robot stuff. They dropped their 3 masks, the Klaatu, the Barada, and the Nikto. $229. Scaled masks, as you can see. If it's sharing, I don't even know if it jumped to that
It's
page.
sharing.
All right, cool. As you can see, they're all different. They're based off of the actual model. So like they just scaled it down, and just to come with the cloth. But I mean, for the price, $229. I mean, they're not big. They're not big, but I mean, they did base off of the original. So you're getting that if you're paying $229 for these busts. They're cool. Not really my cup of tea, but I think they're really awesome to have. For $229 is not bad for what they're doing. They're not big. They're not really big, as you can see the palm of your hand, but I mean, I heard they're really heavy and the quality is really good. So, yeah, I don't know. What you think of these?
They're nice. It's not in my wheelhouse, but they do put out some nice stuff.
They do, yeah. Quality looks great. Again,
I did not know that was the name of these characters, because all I've ever heard that is from Army of Darkness.
oh wow.
The words that Ash had to say when he opened up the Book of the Dead.
Really?
Yeah. Klaatu Barata. And he forgot the Nikto. And he's like, no.
I did not know that.
That's hilarious.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Wow. Shit.
Yeah, I'm shocked by this right now. Like, I'm not joking. Like,
Really?
I always thought this was a Book of the Dead, Evil Dead thing.
Star Wars history, man.
I need to go back now and watch Alil's face when you name off these things and see what he does. I want to go back and play the tape.
Yeah, I kind of want you too. I thought you actually. I did not. I
That's what
didn't.
I thought. Like, I didn't say anything. I'm like, that makes. I was like, that's what I was like. What are their names? What?
That's cool, Ed. Well, that's something that you didn't even know, and now it's like, oh wow, like one of my favorite movies has a little Star Wars thing into it. That's kind of cool. So shit, Past Fan said it even goes further back than that. I don't know.
It probably does. I mean, there's probably other things. I mean, I'm trying to remember if it was in any of the Evil Dead 1 or 2, but I don't think it was. It might have been Evil Dead 2. They talked about it when they showed the Book of the Dead, but I know those are the words that he was told to say. So
that's cool. That's dope.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna go watch Army of Darkness after this and be like,
Yo, his head is about to explode. He's like, God damn it. One of my favorite movies and has Star Wars shit in it.
yeah, fuck that Star Wars stuff. Damn you, Sam Raimi. Why are you doing that?
Zombie said that gunship may not get funded. It's only up to a 3,800. Oh man. Well, usually people jump on. I mean, damn. 8K is
It's not
That's a
even
long way to
halfway.
go.
That's not. Yeah, it's just under half. So I don't know.
It's a long way to go.
it was a black and white movie back in the 50s. Thanks,
Yeah.
Pat.
Well, there you go. So maybe it's not Star Wars. Star Wars stole it from the black and white movie.
Yeah. So
I gotta do some research now.
yeah, you do.
Gotta go digging.
All right. Well, let's get into the Empire Strikes Back vehicles.
Here they come.
That was
So I
almost
know
as
we're
long
gonna-
as the news intro.
That was long,
But it's Peter. It's so good.
It's so cool. There are some people backing out of the. Yo,
Yeah, all of us.
totally.
I
see-
mean, if it drop $500, we're gonna drop it on.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
The
shit.
life size R2, you know.
Yeah, that thing is gonna sell out so damn fast. God damn it! I'm trying to see. I hope they actually say when they're gonna post it, but then again, they probably shouldn't. I don't know. Like I'm waiting on that one, man.
Even if you hear about it 15 minutes after, it's too late.
I don't know.
You need something.
I
You need
know
an
I'm
inside
not.
track.
I know I'm not gonna get it. I never get anything pre-ordered.
There's
I
never
just thought-
enough. They never have enough. Like it doesn't. Like it should be a timed one. Like just time it.
He checks 3 times
It's-
a day.
It's not enough.
That's crazy.
It's not enough.
All right. Yeah.
So I know we're gonna eventually, I don't know, maybe even next week, get to reviewing Return of the Jedi and talking about that. But
yes.
since we're still kind of living in the greatness glow of the best Star Wars movie there is, The Empire Strikes Back,
Damn,
just
Sean,
wanted to.
this sounds like fighting for Sean. You just gonna let him do that and fucking.
I
You're not gonna
Yeah.
say anything. You're gonna defend yourself.
I'm listen.
The best movie of the trilogy.
I'm enjoying. Listen, I'm gonna let him cook. I'll let him cook for a little.
Nah, he didn't have a cook intro for this segment. What the fuck?
I'll
Let's
let
keep
Frankie-
what Mando wrote up there, right there.
Yeah,
There
you
it is.
chiming in. I could have probably seen the thing to come on the show tonight, but but again, my bad. That's my fault. I'm a piece of shit. I do shit at last minute anyway. So
So, just to kind of touch on a few of the ships that were introduced in Empire Strikes Back that were very unique at the time. The twin pod cloud car.
Kind of looks like Sonic's shoes side by side, like Sonic the Hedgehog.
I do see that now, Steve.
I love this car. I love this car, the model of it, the design of it. I think it's probably one of those great ships that were designed and just like, oh, it's just this is not a cool ship, but I just like the design of it. That's just me. I do have a model of it, and I do actually have there was a concept piece that Ralph McQuarrie did that Hasbro released years ago. And I thought that was a really cool concept. Actually, I'll show that off if I can find it. But hey, keep talking. What do you think?
I have to say that this was probably the most boring of all the toy ships that was released.
Yeah.
Because again, this was I was, let's see, Empire Strikes Back. The year after, I was probably like 9 or 10. So I was all in with all the toys. And while I wanted it because it was part of the movie, there was nothing to it. It had no electronic sounds. The little feet just kind of pushed in and out manually. There was nothing like inside the various cockpits. It was a very boring toy.
Just imagine you're sitting there and your buddy's like, let's go do a thing. We'll take my car. And then you got to go in this. Like, you're sitting way over there. He's way over there. Like, you can't even talk.
No.
It's the worst. It's the worst.
In looking at this, I did not know this, and I was very excited to find out. So, of the 2-person crew, it is the pilot is on the port left side, and then the gunner is on the starboard right side. So, it was kind of like in Family Guy that they made the joke that they both had steering wheels. So, who's driving the ship? I didn't realize that it was specific on which one was the pilot and which one was the gunner.
They still are sitting so far apart.
They
So,
are.
Here is the original old McQuarrie design.
Put yourself on. Yeah.
So here was the McQuarrie design of this ship before the twin cloud car version, which was really cool. Like I thought it was really cool.
It kind of looks like the Canyonero.
Yeah.
It looks like a Buck Rogers ship.
Yeah, it like it had like little wings on it, so it was like a regular ship too. Just a Macquarie design. Again, cool. And then again, we already seen it, but this is the original design. I mean, this was the design that was made for it. And again, the detail, again, I thought it was great. Like they tried it. Whoever did this did the best job to do it, but really cool. I love it. $2 and a. I think
Probably right.
Yeah, the
They're like-
concept, that Macquarie one was.
They're like, these boots don't fit people. Let's put it out to the trash can.
Yeah, I mean, like again, a lot of this shit was just designed just off of like whatever, you know what I mean? So like the way they created stuff to me ridiculous, but
The other thing that I was interested to read was that the manufacturer is Bespin Motors, which would make me believe that this is a Cloud City Bespin ship only, not like something that was released galaxy wide. It had one purpose as kind of just like a patrolling police vessel around Bespin. So,
and here is one of the original colorways that was done by Macquarie, which was the blue, which I actually kind of like better, to be honest. The blue, and then like I think this was like one of the concepts of it and how it looked originally. Again, still the same thing, but the blue, I kind of like the blue. I don't know why they didn't keep that, but
if I were to guess, I would say because it probably wouldn't show up against the sky the way the orange does.
Yeah.
I don't know. That'd be my guess.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
But weren't all the exterior shots there like mostly dusk orange sky?
Oh yeah, no, but it kind of fit. I don't know if the blue would have looked right.
It looks more police-like with the blue, definitely.
Yeah. So we also were introduced to the T-47 Airspeeder.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we always knew it as the Snow Speeder. Now, this isn't a out in space ship. This is only made for within planet. It was nicknamed the Snow Speeder because, as we know from the movie, that they had some difficulty adapting it to the cold. But obviously they did just in time to go out and find Luke and Han. We know that it has the guns, the laser cannons, the pilot, the gunner. They have had some books that have come out, which all the ships with some fantastic kind of cutaway views to them.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things that kind of jumps out at me was there's a scene here in Empire. And if you listen to what they're saying, the B-1 medical droid says, "Oh, what about the T-47s?" And Luke's response is, "Well, we won't have time for the bigger things, but, the smaller stuff we can put in and take off world." So that makes me think, was the Alliance so well off monetarily that when the Empire shows up, they can just leave this shit behind and then just go buy more when they get to the next world? Because that's ultimately what he was saying. And he was saying it so just like cavalier, like, don't worry about the larger things.
Playing with other people's money. It seems like a pretty big oversight to also bring a fleet of these things and then realize, fuck, they're not good in the cold. Like, oops.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Damn it, Johnson, you're fired. What the fuck?
Well, I can almost retcon to be like, they got to find some place to hide. This seems to be a good world. Nobody's going to look for us here. We already have the gear. We have to make it work for this world. But then to be like, we'll forget the larger modules. Like, really? What the hell?
So
this toy was awesome, by the way.
I agree. I thought it was a great toy. I actually had it for a while. And then, I have the model over there too. And I think it, again, one of my favorite ships. I think it's a really great ship. Again, one of those good ships that were designed. The original model was created actually by Macquarie and Joe Johnston. This was Joe Johnston's concept of it. That was originally done. Which was really cool, really cool concept originally that was done. And That was, and then they just formed it into, you know, what it became. You know, it started and it started to shrink down. That was McQuarrie's version, and Joe Johnson they both had, like, you know, creating both concepts for it. And again, then we, at the end of the day, we got the concept of the original one, which, you know, really cool. Thought it was great. But and then there's like some real quick, you know, info, like some video on it that was, again, from Empire, that, you know, originally the models were like really, you know, if you can see, like, those were like the studio scale versions of the snow speeder during filming of it. As you can see there, you know, it's on a rope and it's really big and kind of cool. Like, you know, those were the original concepts of it, and they just had it, you know, when and during filming, which was really cool. Like, again, you go back and watch a lot of that ILM stuff. I thought they just did a great job of that stuff, you know, and concepts and designs and stuff like that. So, as you can see, but yeah,
There's a lot that, you know, afterwards, because, you know, we get these movies as the originals, and then there's a lot of what is now Legends material, various books. In
Yeah.
them, when they talk about, like, this ship, if I remember correctly, it was used for kind of transporting things. I think at one point it was like a sewage vehicle. I know that they tried to kind of put that back in. I think we get to see that in some of the other later. I want to say it was in Ahsoka. On one of the planets, you get to see one in the background, kind of used to run errands and pick up and drop off various things. But that's always the problem with a lot of these, is that so much good stuff came out that is now considered legend. So it's not really a part of the canon anymore. But
thank you, Orbital Hub. Appreciate that.
one of my favorites that was introduced, and it was a variant to what we had already seen, because we'd seen Star Destroyers, the Super Star Destroyer. Now, a Super Star Destroyer is, it's kind of what they use as a term to talk about any of the larger ones, but this is more specific to the Executor class, which is what was Darth Vader's flagship. These things are ginormous. So you're talking 19,000 meters in length. That's almost 12 miles. So here, look at, to give you an idea, it's almost the same size as the island of Manhattan.
Damn.
Yes. That is one big ship. If anyone played the Star Wars Empire at War, if you could get Darth Vader and go into space battles with his Executor, you could pretty much guarantee you're going to win that battle. That thing just kicked everyone's ass with as much armament. You could constantly call out ships, and it makes sense, because if you look at it, it has over 5,000 turbo lasers. As far as the twin heavy turbo laser batteries, there's 750 of them. Turret mounted twin light turbo laser batteries, 1,000. Twin battleship ion cannons, 100 of those. Assault concussion missile launchers, 125. And turret mounted quad laser cannons, 250. So this thing just kicked everybody's ass.
Damn.
A very OP ship. It could have up to over 100 or 1,000 ships on board. The normal, just regular complement was 144 or 12 squadrons of just regular TIE fighters. It had all kinds of transports, shuttles, you name it. The crew for this is over 280,000. And I was talking a little about this before. So to put in perspective, if anybody's been to Disney World, imagine Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom all at capacity. That's roughly somewhere in the ballpark of 280,000 people. Think of how many people that you run into, like just the mass of humanity, which was one of the issues the Empire had with these later on, especially after the Battle of Endor. How do you staff it? To put the crew together to man one of these ships was just, that's insane. You've got a 38,000 stormtroopers on board. I mean, these ships were just something else.
The
So-
cooks are pissed. Whoever works in the kitchens on these ships are like,
That's it's crazy.
nonstop.
I want to see those jobs. Like that's the jobs I want to see. Like, why don't we get like a show or something with that kind of shit?
like, and the stormtroopers, they're like, it's like,
Well-
can I just cook something different? And they're like, no, they only eat the one fucking thing. They're gonna cook the same thing every day for these clones. So good.
Like the clones, and then like you get the fucking bounty hunters on there. What the fuck do they eat? You like what you got to cook for those guys? Like the robot
with-
don't eat shit.
And with a ship the size of Manhattan, you're gonna have like little communities start popping up inside there, and there's gonna be like prison in there. You're gonna have like full on this group versus that group. Fucking, we don't like those motherfuckers over there. They get the best cheese and shit. You know,
And this shit got destroyed during Return of the Jedi, right?
So Darth Vader's executor, yes, it was destroyed and it was a single A-wing that flew right into the command bridge, which caused it to crash into the Death Star.
Dang. Yeah, that was crazy. I remember.
yeah,
that.
they've got to figure out like better. So something flies into the control bridge, then what happens? We fly into the first closest thing, sir. Like, no. We got to go back to the design table. If something, we got to figure this out. We can't just have shit blowing up if you blow up one part of it.
Yeah. I mean, these ships now, again, there's a lot of difference between canon and legend. Within canon, they think there was roughly about 13 of these that the Empire had. We know what happened to most of them. Obviously, Darth Vader's executor went into Endor. The arbitrator ended up, I think that one was taken over. And when they went through hyperspace, they came out too close to a black hole and got caught in the gravity well. So that one was gone. The Ravager we have actually seen because it was destroyed in the Battle of Jakku, which that's part of the wreckage that we see in the movie. The Eclipse was the Emperor's flagship. Now that one, there was reports that it was destroyed, but then there is other information that says that it reappeared kind of at the beginning of the start of the First Order. So they believe that ship is actually still out there somewhere.
Yeah, that's a super story going down. that thing hit hard too. Like you watched it, you're just like, dang.
I think that's my only issue is that it kind of hits it perfectly perpendicular versus just kind of crashing into it.
It does. It just
like
goes,
stabs it.
Yeah.
We need to pop the balloon, sir.
Yeah, look at that. Oh my god.
Boom.
It's like, oh my gosh. What? You couldn't have just turned it just a little bit? Like, good lord.
Yeah.
Know.
Then after the Battle of Endor, 3 of them were captured by the Alliance. One of them was stolen from a dock. But even the 3 that were captured, there's stories that go along to where basically the crew just kind of surrendered. It was like, all right, we're done. Here you go. You can have it. So there's a lot of good stories in Legends about these, but I think in Legends, there's even more of them, which kind of dilutes it a little bit.
There's some new stuff from some of the new books too. I think, and again, I think they said like what the from center point of view. Like I think that was
so. Question: the arbitrator, it went through a black hole. You say it's destroyed. Are you sure? It went through a black hole. That's what I want. Was it fully manned? Fully fucking full of people? Because wherever that thing got spit out, that's a whole ass story. There's generations of motherfuckers on that ship. You know what I mean? They fucking having class warfare and shit. It's like Snowpiercer over there. I'm telling you, bro.
Oh shit, that's crazy, Steve.
What's on the other side of the event horizon?
Yo, Steve, that would be a great story from inside one of these things, and it's like a whole Snowpiercer thing.
It's the size of Manhattan. Look at it. Like plenty of room. All sorts of stuff can go crazy.
All right, what else you got?
The last one is probably the most iconic new vehicle we get in Empire Strikes Back.
Mhm.
The AT-AT, or All-Terrain Attack Transport.
See, the thing about the Empire is they put all their focus into like how things can look cool, but not how they function. Like it's all aesthetic, no functionality with the Empire. They're like, wouldn't this be great? And it's like, yeah, but what if they trip? You know, what if one of the legs? What if there's a problem? Like, yeah, it's
Well,
They're
with these,
they're
it was
conceited.
more of
they
a
don't think any of their designs are they think they're flawless.
right. I mean, that's even part of like what Andor talks about in there. Like, they're so full of themselves, they don't even think anybody could come in here and do anything.
Mm.
But from an aesthetic perspective, could you imagine if you're on some lowly outer rim planet and this thing comes walking down the street?
oh, there's definitely
You're gonna
ways
shit
to,
your pants.
there's ways to film this to make it look terrifying.
Oh
It
well,
they just haven't really done it yet.
yeah.
They might. They did it a little bit in Mandalorian season 2, I think. One of the Bryce Dallas Howard episode where she made that the ATST, I think, walker come out of the woods. Like,
Yeah.
Well,
there's ways to make them look cool.
we kind of know. I mean, if you weren't there to see it, you probably shouldn't know. But when we get Mandalorian Grogu,
Oh yeah,
we're gonna get to see them in action again.
Yeah. They look good. They look good.
So
man.
looking forward to it.
yeah.
So just some of the specs on the AT-ATs, and I know that it was part of the discussion before about AT-AT or AT-AT, but I still go back to you don't call the other walkers from Jedi, they're AT-STs. So
you call them artists.
yeah, no, I'm not doing that. So with these, the normal crew, you've got a pilot, a gunner co-pilot, the commander, and 2 deck officers. Technically, you can run one of these with 3 people, which is very interesting if you're looking to take one over.
But what are they for?
Well, it depends. They can be outfitted for various things. Most of them are used for troop transport. They can carry up to 40 troopers with them. They can actually,
So 40
depending on how
motherfuckers got to get on a ladder, or they put out a slide for them, or does it fucking kneel down like a horse? What the fuck?
I think they, at least in Empires at War, they rappel out of it, kind of like rappelling out of a helicopter.
It
But
just seems inconvenient.
I agree.
Inconvenient.
Various cannons. As we know, the armor is nearly impervious to just about all conventional blaster fire.
Gravity.
Gravity's a bitch.
Enemy.
That and the other weak point is the neck. Because of the mobility the neck needs to have, it is the weakest point, well, except for the legs if you're going to try and trip them up. But
Again, inconvenient. Those people got to walk through that tube to even get to the get to the head, which is the cockpit. Why is that thing just sit back in the middle? You can still fit 40 cats inside, and you don't need those problems. Put some fucking windows on the side, then it doesn't need to turn. I'm saying, I need to get into some of these meetings with these Empire guys because they have some very serious design flaws that can be solved really easily.
well, you got to get that job over there at Kuat Drive Yards because they build most of the Imperial shit. And I think because they have the contract,
Like the guy in charge is like fucking cousins of some high up in the Empire.
Oh,
you know, this is about some who you know.
Yeah.
Kickback, government kickbacks.
So we saw them in Rogue One. Now they were the AT-ACTs. They were more cargo transports. They did not have the same level of armament or blasters on them, but they were still fairly effective against infantry, as we saw. But they did get blasted apart a lot easier because they didn't have the armament. In the sequel trilogy, we get the AT-M6. I don't necessarily like that design. They call that one kind of the walking gorilla. I don't know.
Well, I can tell by the front feet.
Right.
Yeah, but that thing didn't do shit.
No.
It didn't do.
Where was that at?
That was on Crate. That was when they were on Crate on that red planet. And like, you know,
Oh, I've blocked so much from my memory, bro.
oh, dude,
Don't
it
worry,
was-
we'll go back
so
at some
much.
point.
oh, we'll watch it again. And it was, you know,
No.
Yeah.
really-
Now, as far as the inspiration for the AT-AT, when this was first put together, they were supposed to be using tanks like the Juggernaut. That was the original written design for the scene on Hoth. But then between Joe Johnston and Dennis Mirren talking to Lucas, now Lucas loved the idea of the tripod from the War of the Worlds. So they kind of at first were looking at what's called the cam. Now this was something that the military had proposed for Vietnam that actually didn't work out, but it was kind of a walking transport. So between having that idea and then the prehistoric Paraceratherium, which they used for the visual look, then they made the AT-ATs that we know now and did them in the stop motion, which is fantastic.
So remember Joe Johnston's inspiration for the design of it was from Sid Mead. And the Sid Mead designs actually originally were, if you actually go look at this, which I'm going to show you real quick, the original Sid Mead design. If you don't know Sid Mead, he was like a illustrator, and he did like futuristic like cars and stuff like that, and like futuristic stuff. So he used a lot of Sid Mead's designs to come up with a lot of things, you know, for Star Wars. And if you go back and look at a lot of Sid Mead stuff, like you definitely can see Joe Johnston, he really kind of like followed a lot of that design and stuff like that. So you're right, Ed. To say like here it is, like that picture, the same picture of that walking thing.
Yep.
Yeah. And then like his original sketches for that, you know, like you said, Dennis Mirren. But I also think that McQuarrie had a little bit of.
Well, McQuarrie got involved in everything when it came to the actual look and design, but
yeah. But here was like that original tank design that was originally made, which
they were going to make them remote control. So
yeah.
it would have had a whole different look and feel.
Yeah. So
those are still pretty cool, though.
Yeah, they're great. And then during
So if they released a model of that tank, Sean, come on.
Oh, of course I would get it. Hands down. Like I would get it. But during filming of Empire, now this is where Phil Tippett came in with his stop motion. And the stop motion of a lot of it, and it's crazy. And Stephen, like I don't know if you guys know, because if you watch Light and Magic, this was all stop motion shit. So when Phil Tippett was doing it, he had to he was under the ground. So it was like, they were doing puppets, and like you had to keep coming up and moving it over because it's stop motion. So you're constantly not nonstop moving it. And as you can see, like the filming of it, and they kept, again, it kept stop, boom, move it, stop, boom, move it. Like, as you can see, each inch by inch, they were just moving little parts of it. And it was just, you can see it right here. It's just walking like an elephant. And they use that as like their inspiration to bring the AT-AT life. They had a real elephant, like, which is crazy ridiculous. But they needed that to see how the walking motion for the AT-AT actually worked. And you can see in the animation of it, they, again, this is really cool stuff, like background stuff. And you can see in the background, things are jumping around and like, but again,
that would have been really weird if you saw those things jumping. That's scary shit.
Right. So again, like this was all the background stuff that was done, and then they just would pop up and and film it and just keep going. Like the technology and the shit that they were doing back then, again, is what they did. They set the bar for movies, and doing all that was, to me, again, you have to appreciate what they did, because you couldn't do it now. You could, but like not to that level, and people would appreciate it as much now. So yeah. That's it. And there was also there was also a little walker in there, an ATST, but it was a different version and design. Yeah. And I don't know
the first glimpse we had.
Right.
Just, it's like a 1 second. It just goes right across the screen.
Yeah, if I can.
And of
pull it.
course, at that point, we looked back and we're like, "What is this?" Nobody had a clue until we get Return of the Jedi.
Right, until we get Return of the Jedi, and then it's like, oh shit, well, there's the
That's what it is.
yeah. But this the original ATST that was in Empire, there was one there. There was like again, there was
There
one
you
in the
go.
back, but the design of it was a little different. It had like just a different kind of display to it. Like if you right here, if you can see it, it's like just a little bit different than the original or the one that was in Empire.
Yeah.
So yeah, really cool stuff, man. Like again, like if you go back and look at a lot of this stuff, man, it's very interesting how they, brought all that to life.
Mm-hmm.
You do appreciate that part of movie making.
Yeah.
So, that is it, man. Is there anything, Edgy? That's all you got?
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't talk about Slate 1, but
Well, there's a lot of history, and that kind of goes, goes back to the prequel era. So that ship needs special
It's a-
attention.
okay.
So.
I'm assuming you'll be building that one out for us then. So that we'll talk about that one on another character profile.
Yeah, because you could basically look at that ship as it being a character.
I agree. So, hey, man, listen, that's it. We said enough. We said a lot. We watched a lot. We looked at a lot. And yeah, next week, I guess we'll be talking about something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But stay tuned next week. Again, make sure you like, subscribe. Let us know what we're doing wrong. Let us know what we're doing right. We always appreciate the comments and your feedback. That's really it, man. Listen, this is Sean.
This is Lil.
This is Steve.
And this is Ed.
And may the force be with you.
Always.